If Splatoon 3 is going to be a thing, it should be coming out extremely soon. There are a lot of problems with Splatoon 2 that will hopefully be fixed in the next game, but of course Splatoon 3 should bring new ideas to the table. My first idea is pets. A bit weird for a world full of squids, but they could possibly make it work. The pets could be some sort of sea creature or maybe cats. If Lil Judge exists in Splatoon 2, there is a possibility of more cats coming to the world of Splatoon. In terms of usefulness, maybe pets can help you in battle or something. Another idea is apartments, and this isn't my idea, so I won't go too much into depth with it, but I will put the link to the video talking about apartments in the description. I think it would be really cool to have a cute little apartment to design, plus you could probably have room for more shops. I also think it would be really cool if you could get some collectibles and display them somewhere in your apartment. Things like figures and plushies would be really cool, and maybe you could get them in Splatoon 3's story mode. Now let's talk idols. I think it would be really cool to have a boy idol. So far both the idols in both games have been girls. Now don't get me wrong, I love all 4 of them, but I think it might be a good idea to add a guy. It also might be cool to have the idols of Splatoon 3 be a couple, because so far Splatoon 1's idols are cousins, and Splatoon 2's idols are just friends, I'm guessing. It would also be amazing if we could have something to do while we're waiting in the lobby. Splatoon 1 had it, so why isn't it in Splatoon 2? Sometimes you have to wait in the lobby for a super long time to get into a game. I normally just go on my phone while I wait, but it would be great to have a little minigame to play inside of Splatoon. How about changing your gear in the lobby? You can change your gear after a match then, sure, but what if I change my mind? I just have to wait until the next game ends. Staying on that topic, it would be helpful to be able to change your weapon in the middle of a match. Teams are unbalanced, which I'd love if that was fixed in Splatoon 3, so changing your weapon once you see what the other team has would be pretty helpful. I think everyone can agree that inactive players are annoying. We've all come across that one guy who's just standing at spawn, not even playing. There should be a timer, maybe like 10 to 15 seconds, and if a player doesn't move at all in that time, they'll be kicked out. But what do you do after they're kicked out? Now you're at a disadvantage, it's 3 to 4. There are multiple options for how to solve this issue. You could give the player who's kicked out the option to rejoin if they suddenly become active. But it also might be a good idea to have players be able to join a match in progress. That way, a team who just lost a player won't be at a disadvantage for too long. Something we absolutely need is parties. I'm speaking from experience here. My friend just got Splatoon, so of course I was excited to play with her. But I couldn't even join her for her first match. The only way to join a friend in regular battles is to go to friends, find your friend, and join them from there. If the game's full, you'll just have to wait until the next one starts. And if nobody leaves, you'll just have to keep waiting. Once you finally get into the lobby, it's pretty easy from there, since you'll stay in the game. Or you'd think. What if one of you wants to go to a shop? Maybe to buy a new weapon, or get some new gear to try out? Then you'd have to go through the same process to get into a game together all over again. We need parties in Splatoon 3. For when you're with strangers, it would be helpful to have more options for how to communicate. All we have right now is a this way and a booyah. We also have an ouch to let your team know that you died. We need more to be able to communicate with our team properly. I would also love more map rotation, or maybe more maps at a time. I get really sick of playing the same 2 maps over and over, only having them change after 2 hours. Have you ever found yourself wanting to leave a Splatoon match? Well, too bad there's no option to. Although there is one way: close Splatoon completely. Go to the home menu and close it. Of course, you'll have to listen to the news again. More on that later. Splatfest. Great, isn't it? Except for the fact that you're stuck playing only Splatfest for 24 to 72 hours. Splatfest gets really annoying sometimes. While it's true you can play Salmon Run during a Splatfest, you can't play any of the normal Splatoon modes. Kiss regular, ranked, and league battles goodbye. You just have to wait until Splatfest is over. Did you know that there's only 5 Salmon Run maps? Yeah, 5. We really need more. And please, Nintendo, let me play Salmon Run whenever I want. Customizable controls will be super helpful in Splatoon. You can link things to any button you want. What's not to love? It would probably make the game easier and probably more enjoyable to play. If you don't like the button for your sub-weapon, for example, you could just change it to whatever you want. I know this isn't a big deal for some people, but I would really love it if you could take pictures alone. For those who aren't aware, if you have an amiibo, you have the option to take a picture with them. The only way to take a picture alone is to get a squid amiibo. One of the poses makes it flop up and down. That's right, the only way to take a picture alone is to take a screenshot when it jumps up and goes out of view. Lastly, we need the option to skip the news. I almost never pay attention to the news anymore. Remember what I said earlier about when you quit the game? You have to listen to the news all over again. I would really love it if you could skip the news. It's a very simple request. That's it for this video, so if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. I plan on doing a lot more Splatoon videos in the future because I'm really enjoying it right now. So, thanks. Bye.